Hello everyone. Today I am having a dynamic personality from GICED College, Mumbai, Colonel Tripathi sir. How are you, sir?
I am fine, all well.
Okay, so the first question to you is why do you like to be in educational sector rather than any other sectors?
See, my background is I am from Defense Forces, and after retirement, uh, I decided to contribute whatever I have learned to the young students. And basically, I am a postgraduate in engineering, and I have a understanding of human resource management, particularly the human behavior. And being in army, I was extensively involved with the logistics. So I have got hands-on knowledge about the supply chain management, how the things are to be designed, how things can be implemented in a cost-effective manner. Keeping that in mind, I joined Garware Institute, GICED, as an honorary lecturer on honorary basis. And I started teaching students, young students, and basically to keep engaged with the students and to continue studying the things in the subject. That is the basic reason.
Nice, sir. Nice. So, what is the key behind this successful career in this department? Because you are a course coordinator of foreign trade management course. So, can you say the key behind this successful career?
I used to be the course coordinator. At the moment, I am honorary faculty only. But what I can say, the Garware Institute offers a wide range of opportunities to young students. And their courses are designed in a manner which gives the student hands-on understanding and knowledge of the subject. Basically, it is aimed more towards the skill development, where the student can independently or in association with others can get into the industry and work and earn. It was one of the earliest thought process by Baba Saheb Garware, who contributed and who, because of whose active support, this Garware Institute came into existence. It started in the year 1984, and since then it is continuing and has contributed a lot, basically in the skill development sector of the working people and young students.
Nice, sir. Nice. So, as you have worked in army and also worked in education sector, can you say something about your leadership skills?
See, basically, anybody joining the defense forces, his first task is, and his activity involves more around the man management.
So, what are you saying about your leadership skills, sir?
Leadership skill is basically your understanding of the human behavior, man management, and psychology of the people whom you are leading. So these are three very important activities or other ingredients for a successful leader. Defense forces, right from the day one, the officer cadre, they are more in the man management as well as the professional work. For getting the maximum output from any activity, the most important requirement is that the person whom you are leading or who are working along with you, they should have that confidence in you that here is a person who will guide them, who will protect them, who will lead them in thick and thin. So that is skill which by and large defense personnel develop over a period of time comes very handy even in the education field. In education field, my personal opinion is, and I strongly believe, it is more necessary to connect with the students at their understanding level. Always, it cannot be one type sermon or one-way sermon by the academician. They have to connect with the student at their understanding level and explain the things and teach the things the way they can understand. All these things we do understand and we do develop while in the defense forces. Like in the defense forces, an officer may be any highly qualified person, but he is handling with the troops. So he connects at the emotional as well as at the psychological level as the troops understand. Same I found very, very useful while, and still I find it very useful while teaching students. So that is the main quality which I find is very necessary, and that leadership, you may call it leadership quality, you may call it management level activity or management quality. That is the main thing.
So this type of activity you do to make a healthy relationship with the students and the teammates, right, sir? So just try to communicate with them very easily.
The approach which I adopted by and large, motivate students to interact.
Okay.
Put up a question in the classroom and motivate and give encouragement to the students to be more interactive within the class and with the subject teacher. Without any fear, without thinking people will laugh. I use this method in every lecture, where lectures became very interesting and with very interesting input and interaction from the student side. Because students, they want to learn. They may not be knowing everything which a teacher knows, but at the same time, when teacher encourages them to ask and interact without any fear, without any apprehension, they understand better.
Nice, nice. So, what is the best part of Garware Institute, which is different from other institutes?
Garware, I have found Garware to be one of the most unique institutions, where you may be knowing, may not be knowing, I'm not very sure. 95% faculty is from industry, is honorary faculty. They are not on regular payroll of Garware Institute of Mumbai University. They are from different backgrounds. They are from industry, they are from other areas. And their only love for teaching and imparting the knowledge to the students has motivated them to give their time for teaching. My colleagues in many courses are highly placed people in the industry. Maybe at the vice president level, maybe at senior manager level. And their commitment and their sincerity is too good, too great. I have seen faculty members coming directly from the airport to take lectures. while they had gone out of India in connection with their corporate activity or corporate work, I have seen them coming directly from the airport because their lecture is due. That is the best part. And secondly, all these people have got on hand experience and practical knowledge of the things. Learning from the books is one thing that prepares you to understand, but learning from such people, such committed professionals who have devoted their time for teaching, gives them theoretical knowledge as well as the practical knowledge, which becomes very handy.
So Carver Institute teaches students to explain a nitty-gritty of these industries, right, sir?
Yeah. And
so how industry works, students can know that very easily.
Correct.
Carver Institute.
Correct.
And next part is, as we see, our past education system of India, there is I think a lack of something like a practical knowledge. So what is your thought about that particular education system?
As new education policy has come, which has taken care of many things which should have been there long back. And personally, I feel the requirement is that the finer points of that new education policy should be implemented as quickly as possible. And stakeholders as well as the policymakers as well as the government people are working in that direction. That is the understanding. Because today there is no dearth of resources. There is no dearth of knowledge. That knowledge is to be channelized for the students in the right direction, where that student can become a useful entity in his or her own development as well as the national development. So that is the thing which is required, and I believe it is happening. So it is late, but it is happening.
So another question to you is, what is the your favorite unprofessional activity which you do in your free time?
Unprofessional activity in the sense
like you do for your entertainment or for your
okay. So I'll not call it unprofessional. I'll call it other activities.
Other activities, right? Extracurricular activities.
Extra activities. Personally, my opinion is, and my advice also has been to the students, that devote as much time as you can to develop other knowledge. Devote time for physical activities, that is sports, games, and all these things. For the holistic and overall development of any student, he needs to be taking part in sports, games, other extracurricular activities, so that his personality develops. I, as a person, I find it very interesting, and I religiously follow that. For the sports and games, though I am at the moment 70 years plus, but I regularly participate in marathon races. I do my own physical activities. I do connect with the people from different fields, interact with them, learn from them, then keep on doing something or other, not getting into negative activity. That is very important. Always be in an activity where there is positivity, which is positive, and where you are learning as well as you are contributing. My take is, time is not to be wasted. Time is to be utilized for positive things, which keeps you psychologically, mentally, and physically fit for all the things.
So nice, nice. And a last question to you is, as you are an army person and also working in the education sector, so can you say something about the necessity of discipline in the education system or education sector?
Discipline is the bone of every success. Disciplined life, disciplined activity is the main ingredient, is the main factor for success in any activity. If as a person is not disciplined in his personal as well as professional or outside life, he may feel that he is doing well, but it is not that. You take care of small things in a disciplined way, bigger things will be in the right place at the right time. And the discipline starts from the person himself or herself. Nobody can teach discipline. It has to come from within. Discipline cannot be enforced by punishment. No, punishment is a method to discipline the people. But it is not a foolproof method. I remember an American general, when he was talking to his freshly commissioned officers, he talked about a thing which people will be surprised. He says your disciplined life, your disciplined activity starts from the first thing in the morning. And that first thing in the morning is the discipline of your bed. You get up from the bed after your light sleep, then you prepare your bed. Make it neat and clean and tidy. So that is the first impression of a disciplined person. How many of us follow this? Oh, it seems to be a very, very trivial thing.
Very few of us.
It is a very trivial thing. Most of the people will say, but this is the first step towards the disciplined life. So similarly, exactly, the student also. If a student is disciplined in his personal activities, he keeps his notes in order, he keeps his books in order, he keeps his uniform at proper place, he follows the rule. For everything there is a place and everything should be in its place. Half of the problems will be solved. So this I have been advising to my students also, and keep on telling them. And because after all, it is a student's own life which is going to matter for him or her. Institute will provide teaching, parents will provide monetary assistance, friends will provide happiness, but it is his life which is going to take a shape for better or more better things. And for that activity, for that thing to achieve, discipline in any field, discipline in any activity is very, very necessary. That must be understood by one and all.
So discipline is the key to chisel your career.
Success in every field. Correct.
Nice, nice. So this was the last question to you, and now we are ending our interview. Thank you so much, sir,